Hello and welcome to the Talkin Yanks pregame show. The Yankees have put out a lineup. A doubleheader is scheduled, and no announced changes yet. So we're gonna break down this lineup and go over the pitching path to victory and over-unders and give premos and homer drafts and all of that. But first, I got to ask my friend Dan Rourke, how are you?
How are you doing, BBD? I'm good, man. You know, it's kind of a funky time outside right now, but is it weird to say I low-key enjoy these type of things? Like situations where you have to turn the news on and everybody's talking about it and it's like the town gossip, like that the sky's orange.
There's like
I don't
one
know. In a
thing
weird way, I
going
enjoy it.
on.
And it's better outside today, so I really do think they could play, at least maybe get in one. I know some people are
Seems
saying the
like
air
it.
meter still's reading bad, but
Yeah.
I walked around town this morning. I actually forgot about it till I saw somebody with a mask on, and I was like, oh yeah, still going on. But
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
yesterday when it was yellow, that felt crazy. It was like every 20
Yeah,
minutes it got crazier outside.
when I still thought the game was going to be on, I literally texted you. I was like, "You mind if I do it remote today?" Because I didn't really feel like walking in that, bro. Because you
Yeah.
really in the thick of it, like yesterday, you could taste every time you
Like
breathe. You really could.
in our office buildings like lobby, like Zach and I went to like go get lunch kind of at like the peak of that, which probably not the smartest
Yeah,
choice, but whatever. Um and there was like you get into the lobby, like doors not even open, you're not outside, and it smelled like crazy.
yeah. Give a nice excuse though for me to just blast the AC, sit inside, and
Yeah, lay
can't
low a
go
little
out.
bit.
So what am I gonna do?
Yeah, I
But
like
yeah,
that. And it seems not like actively dangerous, so I think we're in the clear saying like feels
yeah.
like a moment. I don't mind it. Assuming in like a year we didn't all get sick from this and die. But
Like you said to me before the
I
show,
might,
BBD, can I tell the people
please.
what they say? 3 hours or 24 hours out in this is equivalent of 6 cigarettes.
I think so.
That's
That's
not
a
that
tweet
many
I saw.
cigarettes.
That
But you
the
said it. You're like, that's not
lot
that many cigarettes.
people that know better than I do say that's just a nice night.
Yeah. I think it's a valid
So
point by you.
so I got no idea, but the Yankees might have put out their weirdest lineup in Game One of this doubleheader. If you are interested in telling the people all about it,
Word. Okay, so right off the bat, you got Willie Calhoun leading off. Gleyber Torres batting second. Anthony Rizzo batting third. Giancarlo Stanton, Jake Bowers, DJ LeMahieu, Oswaldo Cabrera playing shortstop. Volpe's out of lineup. Billy McKinney batting seventh, playing center field in his 2023 Yankee debut. Kyle Higashioka rounding it out. So Calhoun, Torres, Rizzo, Stanton, Bowers, LeMahieu, Cabrera, McKinney, Higashioka. It's a funky one, BBD.
funky one. Billy McKinney signed to the active roster yesterday. Played 23 games last season for Oakland. He has bounced around some orgs. His first two MLB games and his first MLB hit were in a Yankee uniform in 2018. I'm sure you remember. Uh,
Yeah.
and
In
he
AAA
was,
too, he's doing pretty solid. 40 games, 388
yeah,
OBP, 511 slugging, 9 homers. So it's an
yeah,
899 OPS we're getting.
part of
Left-handed bat.
part of a couple part of a couple Yankee historic moves. Historic in more ways on one trade than the other. He was a throw-in the Yankees send out Aroldis Chapman trade.
Hmm.
They get Gleyber Torres and Adam Warren in that deal. Rashad Crawford, don't know his whereabouts right now, but
Yeah.
hey, then he 2 years later gets shipped off for J Happ. So
Yep.
those are two big
With
Yankee
Brandon
trades
Drury,
with Brandon
right?
Drury. He's got
Yeah.
stopped originally an A's draft pick. That's funny. He went A's to Cubs to Yankees to the Blue Jays, Brewers, Mets, Dodgers, Rangers, Dodgers, not Dodgers again, then A's and back to the Yankees. He's been bouncing around. And Matt
Yeah,
Crook's
I also
back.
didn't know he was much of a center fielder. I'm actually checking to see how much he is, but it looks like this year he's
Yeah.
played seven games at AAA
Okay.
in center field. So not
This
that you
is
have much of a choice. This is what you're going to roll out there. I mean, Willie and right is tough. Bowers and left is tough. They're definitely going to obviously get the corners. So we'll see what McKinney's got. I mean, I'll say this about this lineup.
three
It's
games in
obviously
center
funky.
field for the 21 Mets, so it won't be
Okay.
Won't be his first MLB time in center field, but he hasn't done it a lot.
Mm-hmm. But as for the lineup, man, I haven't lost all hope because by now I'm now in the world where we're not going to have Judge for a month. So I've gotten over that and just looking at it for what it is. While funky and while, yes, not great, there's still a lot of guys in here that can run into hitting a homer. I mean, even Willie Calhoun or Gleyber Torres, Anthony Rizzo, Giancarlo Stanton, Bowers has shown a lot of power this year. DJ, of course, can go deep. Just so like they're still capable of winning games with this lineup. So I'm not like looking at this and just chalking today's game up as a loss. Especially because Lance Lynn has been pretty buns this year too. ERA in the mid sixes. So funky lineup, but you should still win. Like you're better than the White Sox. Not having Judge is like not an excuse to bottom out. And even I don't even want to put the next month of like shoot for 500. Like no, at least play like 3, 4, 5 games over 500 because like we're not a bad team all of a sudden. I don't want to like put that out there.
Yeah. Especially with the off days,
we're worse, but we shouldn't be terrible.
With the off days, they should be able to get their bullpen. Like they can use their good bullpen a lot over the next month. So, so there shouldn't be many days that there's really an excuse. Obviously, Judge is the best player on this team, and he dictates a lot of what this team does. But if they're going to be able to win a World Series, they have to be able to win some games without Judge.
Right. Yeah. And like Joel Sherman put out an article today. Just like the headline, I really agree with that. They are paying some other position players some pretty solid money too to perform, and it's a shame that, man, if only Stan could play the alpha, because then you could have Donaldson in here as well. Then I'd really be talking up even further the way I'm sounding now. But anyways, I mean, like DJ's got to pick it up. Rizzo's been good, really good actually for most of this year, but the past week or so slumping. Gleyber Torres is starting to slump a little bit again, but it's like there's still names in this lineup that should produce. Is my vibe.
There should be some of that. One thing, I guess, sort of my what to watch for. I don't know. Rizzo's as good as he's been. Not the problem of this team. This is sort of a long term what to watch for. I don't know. His strikeouts are up this year.
Are they?
Yeah, like it's especially his last month or so. It's like his most strikeouts in a 30-day window, like in his career, I think. So, he can produce around that. It's not the end of the world. It's more of a thing to watch for next year, and if they end up negotiating more deals in the future with Rizzo. But it's a thing.
Yeah, he usually sits around like 15 to 18% of the time. This year, 24.1%, which by far is pretty much like a high for his career. So yeah,
it's starting.
Like I said, he's been kind of slumping a little bit, like in general, the last week or two. So if he can just pick it up and
it'd be nice if he could poke one of these days and really get going again.
I also hear, I guess, lefties especially are mashing Lynn this year. So
I like that. A lot of fastballs.
Maybe that's also why. Actually, is Florial lefty or righty? Florial's lefty, right?
He bats lefty.
Yeah.
I
was surprised when I get the Yankees don't like Florial. It's always been clear. We didn't really need any more signs to tell us that. Sorry if you hear the truck in the background, but boy, like the fact that they pulled somebody else that also was on the 40 man, over him,
they didn't just bring back Franchi for a few days until
because I thought at this point the only roadblock would be he's not in the 40 man, but like no, you literally went off the 40 man to get somebody else. Which McKinney's having a good year and all, but
I think I saw people posting some like last 10 days numbers, and he's hotter than Florial's been, and people have been talking about how hot Florial's been.
Yeah, I guess since the start of May, McKinney's been nuts. I'm cool with it. I mean,
it's fine, but like, and I know like Florial's, I think strikeout rates are as bad as ever, as much as he has been producing around that. I know I just said Rizzo can work around that, but that's been Florial's issue. I'm not sure he'll be able to hit the homers against MLB pitching around the strikeouts that could happen against AAA guys. So
yeah,
it is interesting.
And Bader hopefully isn't too far off. I mean, he's not going to come back when he's eligible, but maybe like if you can get him back like maybe a week from now, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, we can get by.
Yeah.
I guess,
and then if Stan can start playing the outfield, I would almost like if you truly believe Stan playing the outfield doesn't really affect him all that much. Like if that's the Yankees thought. I don't know if it is or not. I would love if they really just started throwing him out there in a way. Like because if they could do that and you get Donaldson at DH platoon with DJ, if you could put Stan out there half the week.
Because It sounds like they will get him out there eventually. It doesn't line up great with Bader's injury because
Yeah,
they'd said like the first I think 2 weeks will be he's like fully a DH, which okay.
right.
So that would be a week from tomorrow would be the 2 week mark.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But I'm talking,
at
I
least
want,
one more week of him only being able to DH, which stinks.
it does. And I get
It
why
would
they're
open
doing
up
it.
a
But like once
lot.
he is off that, I'm talking 3 out of the 6 games a
Yeah,
week would be nice if he could play the field. That would be huge.
yeah. Even like obviously that he's shown they may need to rest him a little more. So even if it's 2 days a week in the outfield and one day fully off, something
Yeah.
like that. Like it
Another
stinks
thing
we
is
got
you,
to
you just
manage
can't
it,
have
but
Willie
you need
and
him around.
yeah, and having Willie and Bowers like in the corners is just both of them in the outfield.
Yeah,
You just can't really do that.
I mean,
Stan's
today's line, today's defensive line. That's another what to watch for. I mean, it's Powers, McKinney in center, who I think he plays a good corner outfield in my head. I don't know where the numbers lie. I
yeah.
gotta see it, but in center that's a different ask, and then Willie and right. We might see some balls drop that we're not used to seeing drop.
Definitely, dude. I mean, just thinking about Bowers and left, and yeah, I mean McKinney might be fine in center field, but he's not a true center
Yeah,
fielder. I mean, left center there might be some issues going on, so we'll see. But
there
maybe Severino's
I could
just
see
on his
some
shit
in there.
today and striking people out left and right. We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I guess we look for a strikeout approach from Sevy tonight. Today,
Yeah,
it's a day game. And Sevy has the first game, huh? So stick to the day games, Sevy, and all right.
I like the 4 o'clock start.
Four
I was
o'clock,
pumped
I'm
when they
cool with. We
announced
don't
it
get
wasn't
too
going to be
many
a
of those.
yeah, and the fact that it's going to be which what is the term for it by the way? Because split is when it's like 1 and 7.
Admission.
So this is single admission. Okay, and then it's a straight shoot, which I love, and it starts at 4. You can kind of get through the day, doesn't disrupt,
Yeah, I was able to
work stuff
do
too much.
most of my normal routine for the Thursdays, so
Yeah,
ain't bad.
I'm like low key pumped up for this doubleheader, dude. Like and we had yesterday off, so juices are flowing. Need some baseball. Savvy's pitching game 1. Randy in game 2 is kind of nice too.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him. He's, paperwork wise, he's 27th man, so he's the extra guy. He'll go down after today, and Matt Crook's back on the roster. So welcome back, Matt Crook. Hopefully we get to actually see you at some point this time up. It sounds like moving forward, Yanks will dance around that 5th rotation spot after today because they have the off days. So fun
Yes, very.
stuff. I guess he'll be kind of in the Ryan Weber role, 60-day IL. Sorry, Web dog.
That's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
unfortunate. Pitching path to victory. We got Sevy. I think especially with probably going for a strikeout approach, rested bullpen, but a doubleheader. I think we got to pencil him in for 6. At kind of a best case scenario, which would mean in the bullpen working backwards, Clay, King, Wandy, Ron all haven't pitched in a while. So that's great going into a doubleheader. We should see all of them today at some point across the 2 games.
Bullpen's in great shape, pretty much.
Bullpen is in great shape. Probably game 1, I've got us doing a little, just go straight up Wandy, Marinaccio, Clay, something like that, and King for the last 2 innings of game 2, ideally. That adds up.
And then I'm sure Bray will get in at some point today if you just need like a
Yeah.
few innings.
Everyone's available if they need it today. Game 2 we'll cover between games if we get there, but
We'll get there.
but yeah, could see Canely get an inning, Abreu get an inning, Cordero get an inning. Canely and Cordero, revenge series for them. And if it's a blowout in either game, look out for the Crook Dog and Nick Ramirez.
I like it. I'm feeling good about the pen today and also Sevy, so my worries are at a minimum. about them. Feeling good. Six. I think 6 for Sevy is definitely the way to go. Like game 1, the roadmap's pretty damn clear. Like you said, just
Yeah,
Sevy for
and
6. You
and
hope.
go get the win. Figure out game 2 if you need to later.
Yeah,
But yeah,
because like game 2 in general, you're already figuring it's going to be a little more of a project with Randy starting.
yeah, it'll be Randy
Like
starting.
maybe if you get 4, maybe 5 out of him, but just
Uh,
kind of look to package it all together.
well,
And
so
even then, we'll be in good shape.
on paper, it could be a better lineup game 2 because we'll have IKF back in center. Donaldson will be out there.
Yeah,
DJ
DJ will definitely be sitting instead of just
I assume will
third.
be sitting. There's a chance he DHs or something. They have Stanton not play both games. But if he's just DHing,
You'll
might
have
be worth
you'll
playing
have
him both.
Volpe
Volpe
play
will be
short. I bet
back.
Waldo goes to the outfield. I kind of get that vibe. I bet
I think
Waldo.
so. He's playing both
plays
today.
both.
Getting another look at him at shortstop, huh? I like that.
And then Trevi will be catching.
Trevi will be in there. I mean, all 4 guys on the bench in game 1 would probably be in like best possible lineup Yankees can put out there.
I'm seeing who's pitching. So we got Clevenger in game 2. Yeah, I'm telling you, we should win both today. Like, I'm putting that out there.
Let's
the vibes
try
are
our
let's win
best
too.
right?
No like BS. We're not some little poor children crap. Like
Yeah,
let's go win. We're still a good baseball team.
Especially you already lost game 1. Let's be honest, the White Sox are not having a good year. They've been disappointing and having bad vibes around them for a year and a half now. Like, let's win these games.
Yeah. Was happy for Clint Frazier, by the way. He seemed like he's in a good spot. I don't know if you saw him. He's like pregame interview stuff, but like
I haven't seen any of that, but I know he had a nice start to the White Sox times.
Yeah, and he posted like the joke about Red Thunder yesterday on Twitter. He still has Scranton Rail Riders forever, and he was talking nicely about the Yankees in a way, like he just actually looked fondly back. So
nice.
I'm happy for Clint Frazier now. I'm past like roasting him and whatnot.
I like that.
He's healed those wounds.
Nice, good for Clint. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right,
He's got a freaking fine ass girlfriend too.
I haven't looked into it. But
really?
Maybe after the show.
I mean respectful, but no, she's pretty.
Nice. That brings us the second half of the show. Begins with the Homer draft.
It's the Homer draft. You see that, Feo? I sang the Homer draft just for you.
I love that.
Shout out to the chat.
Have the first pick this time around. With Lancelin peppering some fastballs in there, with this guy leading off today and it being kind of the topic of the lineup. Willie Calhoun, go porch one, kid. Give me Slick Willie. And on the back end, I will be taking Jake Bauers, who has real pop. So I'm going for the Willie Calhoun, Jake Bauers play. You had already selected Bauers in game 1.
Oh, did I?
So he was unavailable to you, and I have Willie. So now you cannot pick Bauers, Calhoun, or Gleyber Torres.
Bro, game 1 feels like a century ago. I don't even remember that, but okay. I'll go with. I'm gonna go with. So Anthony Rizzo's available.
Rizzo's available.
I'm taking Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo, you've got him.
Do I pick again now?
You get one more pick.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Is
he available?
That. He is available. I think it's a smart pick because, like we were saying,
I'll say about Stanton.
I sort of don't have him playing game 2 in this one.
Mm-hmm. In my head, dude, I'm doing like when like somebody, like a girlfriend breaks up with them, and then their next girlfriend is somebody who's like exactly like resembles the previous girlfriend. In my head, that's what I'm doing with Stanton, and partially why I wish he was batting second, because I'm just like in my head. Like, okay, we don't have Judge. I'm just gonna pretend Stanton is Judge. Hope he goes off. Where's the high Sox? Bad second, and like it just sitting. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my vibe with Giancarlo.
We just go back to what we had when we were missing Stanton.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's exactly it. Like I'm in my head trying to convince myself it's interchangeable. Which when he's on, at least offensively, I could actually believe that. Yeah, so that's my vibe with this whole thing.
His good is, I mean, Judge has taken some more steps, I suppose, but. There's a time they basically were a 1A, 1B, who's the best hitter. So
yeah, I mean, now that's like the separation is quite far. I mean, half of it because of the defense, obviously. I mean, Judge just being a better hitter, period. But when Stanton is on, you could trick yourself into thinking they're the same player. Because Stanton, when he's on, like for that 2-3 week stretch when it happens, You could say he's like the best hitter in baseball during that period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, during his hottest periods, he's
Yeah,
literally as good as anybody I've ever seen.
right. So let's just hope that happens now. And he's been looking good off the IL. I mean, didn't have a good game in game one, but that Dodgers series was nice.
Those will happen. He showed me enough in the Dodgers series. I mean, normally he takes a little bit of a ramp up. So
right.
So I'm happy he came back looking pretty good.
Mm.
So you have Stanton and Rizzo. That was my game plan for game one. Neither of them did it. It's whatever. And then I have Willie and Jake Bowers. I kind of like your group better than mine. I hope they all homer, though. Do you have any guesses on the over-under line for game one?
7.5.
It's 8.
Okay.
It's 8. We were both incorrect on the overs in game one. Game two, Lance Lynn's been getting hit. I think Yankees do kind of go. I think I'm on the under. One, just the way this lineup is. I know I've said on this show before, like when you get the funky lineup, that's when they really break out some runs. But I do think with this lineup, I believe in Sevy and the bullpen that they're going to use behind him in game one. I think we're heading towards a 6-1 final. Yanks,
I'm taking the over.
Lance Lynn a little bit.
7-3 Yankees win.
You are on the over.
I'm taking the over. Yep.
I would prefer the over. I want the Yankees to hit a lot.
I think this lineup's going to hit a couple homers tonight, dude.
I like
today, this afternoon, evening. What even time is that? It's 4 o'clock. Like, it's not this afternoon, right? Or is it?
I guess it's an afternoon.
Yeah, I guess so.
By the end of the game, it won't be, but.
And then it's evening, and then it goes dusk. Right? Like, dusk is right before it gets dark.
Yes.
Is that dawn? No.
Dawn's in the morning.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything you're premoing for tonight? Today?
I am going to get 10 boneless wings, I think, after conclusion of this show. But for the Yankees, Dan, dude, nothing really comes to mind, I'll be honest. And I don't want to always force one out unless it's required by law. Yeah. But I don't see anything besides what I've kind of already said for what I hope happens. Do you have anything?
Oh, Glaber's kind of sticking out. Part of me, the thing I am most seeing is just the ball gets hit to the outfield and lands. So we have seen get caught a lot this year between Bader and Judge and all that. Because it could be an ugly outfield. I think I just saw McKinney just kind of shoot one back up the middle for a single. Single up
Very
the middle,
nice.
Billy McKinney.
I'll go kind of what I was saying before, but a little more generic. And I just think this lineup's going to score today. They're going to put up like 7 runs. Enough to where, going back to what you said about the funky lineups usually seem to just do that. We'll have people be like, oh, who would have thought?
I like that.
7 runs today. That's my premonition.
And I'd like Oswaldo to make a nice play at short. That's not a premonition, just something I'd like to see.
Yeah. In your head, Oswaldo is short. How has he been? I mean, I don't remember anything crazy unless I'm...
This year, it's been... I feel like every time he's come to the infield, it's just like been weird.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't get to like do it 3 days in a row. He kind of... Every time he comes to the infield, it's like a one-off. So he's had some like weird plays at second this year that like... I think he expects to make, and they're very un-Oswaldo-like. But I think if he were playing infield every day, he'd be back in the rhythm and be fine. But he is asked to play a lot of outfield for good reason.
Yeah, I go into this game without any hesitation about Waldo, just based off. I could be wrong on that, but like in my head, I don't recall tweeting too much of many complaints from him playing short. So going off that data bank of memory, which probably means nothing, I trust Waldo today to play the position. But yeah,
I like it.
Savvy should ball out today, dude.
Savvy ball out.
Yeah,
punch some tickets.
So I'll see you in like a few hours, PBD. Hopefully,
I think so. We'll do a quick one between. That's usually
it's very good.
Doubleheader plan.
All right, love you, chat.
Love you, chat. Subscribe if you haven't.
Like this sweater.
I love that sweater.
Yeah, I don't know where